Justin Dhillon, also known to the wrestling community as The Wrestling Classic, is one of the digital space premier wrestling content creators, historians, and influencers, turning a lifelong passion for sports entertainment into a massive media brand. Justin has built a dedicated global following by bridging the gap between nostalgic wrestling history and modern day commentary. Had a great time with the legend himself on this episode of One-on-One with Sylvia the Siren.
Hey yo, it's your boy the Wrestling Classic, Justin Dhillon, and you are tuned into Sylvia the Siren.
Well, Justin, thank you for coming on with Sylvia the Siren 101. How you been?
I'm good. I'm hanging out. Just got back from LA. Got to go cover some Pound Town Wrestling. It's run by Ariane Andrews, formerly known as Cameron in the WWE, and Hunter Gallagher. If you guys get a chance, check it out. But outside of that, I've been good. I've just been traveling, working, doing the thing. How are you?
I'm good. I saw that. I actually had Ariane on the channel for her to promote PTW, and I saw that it was an amazing turnout. And I saw some other creators that was on like the media lineup. Shout out to DS Shin. So that was good. And then for you too, good to see you guys out there. She's super dope. Yeah.
And honestly, I'll give her. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I'll give her the benefit of she was like, no, I want to work with you guys. Like I'm doing this thing, and I think one of the best things I could do is work with you, work with DS, work with the creators. When as someone that's been doing this since like 2014, I love to see how far that's come. Where like now the industry's kind of like, no, we're welcoming you guys in now, so it's cool.
Absolutely. No, I was just like, that was a great turnout. I was like, oh, she did her thing. And then it was funny because I interviewed her for that show, and she was just telling me all the special guests that was coming, Alicia Fox, it was just felt like the whole Divas era over again. So that's how I became like a fan. I was a big, huge Divas era fan. So but I was also an Attitude era fan too. So let's not
the divas were born out of the Attitude era, so it all makes sense, right? Yes. You started with Sunny and Sable and Ivory and China, and then that's where the divas were born. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I love my goal is Stone Cold to Steve Austin. So
no, he's up there for me. I'm sure you'll probably ask me, but that's like till this day, I've got to speak with a lot of really cool wrestlers and do a lot of really cool interviews. And there was a time where people would be like, hey, who's someone that'd be like a dream interview for you, but like you think you'd never be able to get him? Stone Cold. I'm like, I don't know. I just feel like I'd never be able to get Stone Cold. And then I was in San Jose, and I remember their brewing company, the Stone Cold Beers, the El Segundo Brewing Company, they reached the Broken Skull Ranch beers, Broken Skull beers, my bad. They reached out to me like, hey, like we're doing an event down here for 316 Day. We'd love for you to come. Are you interested? And I had a little bit of a conversation of what I want if I come. And I just threw it in there, just like I was like, I'm probably gonna say no. I'm like, I want to interview Stone Cold. It's like, okay, yeah, we can set that up. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh man,
it was one of the coolest experiences I had in my life. It was only 10 minutes, but I think he was impressed too. I got him emotional, and at the end, like I don't care if it seems like egotistical or arrogant, but I will post that picture or that video every year around his birthday where he put me over and he's like, you got a future in this business, kid. And I'm like, Stone Cold just told me you have a future in this business.
No, continue. Listen, I'll be doing it from media journalist to media journalist. I'll be doing the same thing. Yeah. Funny that you brought that up. There's one interview I kind of do like recycle a lot, and that's Bianca Belair's interview. I recycle that interview so much, like it's not even funny. I do not care. Like that is
some of this stuff means something. What did she say to you that you recycle it?
So what she said to me, I'm gonna have to say it wasn't on camera. She commented on my video. It was like, thank you so much for the interview. I really enjoyed myself with you, and I hope I get to meet you at the show. Because at that time she was coming to SmackDown, if I'm not mistaken, in Charlotte, North Carolina, because that's where I'm located. And I had tears because I had cried off camera when I was interviewing her, because that was my first interview back into media journalism. And I was just like, oh my God, like I'm gonna be real. I sounded so green when I was on that interview. I was like, I was like, whew. I was just a fan. That's why I say, like with Stone Cold, I think I cannot have him on an interview. I think I just need a picture and a hug, because I'll cry. I would just be extremely unprofessional.
It was awesome too, because like I did get to meet him before. Like they did a meet and greet, but like the people that came in as like that they brought in as creators or influencers or whatever word you want to use, they let us have our meet and greet first. And I remember I went up to him, and he was so dope. Like I post that video all the time too, where he like kind of pulls me. He's like, "Sick Jersey kid," and he puts his arm around me and he poses, right. And I'm like, "Hey, I'm the one that like," because when I got there, they said it to me. They're like, "Listen, we're cool with you doing the interview. We say yes, but at the end of the day, it's up to him. If for some reason he's like, I don't want to do it no more, he's not in the mood anymore, like, it's up to him. But like, we're saying yes. If as long as he says yes, it's good. So I went up to him. I was like, hey, Steve, like, I'm the one that's potentially going to interview you in a bit, right? And he's like, oh, that's awesome. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. I'm like, okay, sweet. Then he stopped and he got very serious. And he was all like laughing, good mood, got really seriously. And just because he's stone cold, I'm going to say he looked at me in my little beady eyes. And he was like, because we're at the brewery, right? And he's like, stay sober. And I'm like, okay. Because, because I could have just had some beers and like went into the interview after. His whole thing was like, just stay sober until after we do the interviews. Like, just stay sober. And I'm like, okay, sounds good. And to be fair, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Already had a beer. I'm like, no more, guys. I'm having no more beers. I gotta stay sober for the interview.
Oh my God, that's so dope. Like, seriously, I mean, I wish I was a fly on the wall for that, because I love that man so much.
Yeah.
But it's funny that we're having this type of conversation to start off the one-on-one. It brings me to my first question to ask, like, take me back to the beginning of your early stages and a memory of professional wrestling that made you say, hey, I'm hooked for the life.
That's so funny because like you didn't even ask me a question. Yeah, we've talked for like 10 minutes. Early stages. Okay, so I point blank, I think I've been around wrestling my entire life. I have an older brother. I have an older sister, but I have an older brother. He's 10 years older than me. And he is an 80s baby. He was born in 1981. So he's like Hulkamaniac, that era, had all the action figures, had the magazines, had the LGN and the Hasbros. And he would film all the WrestleManias from 1 to WrestleMania like 10. I had on tape, a bunch of Raws from the 90s and Nitros and stuff. So like I think I can't say like I think I've liked wrestling since I was born. Like I've never not liked wrestling. I think I was just kind of born into it in a weird way. Even when my brother kind of fell out of it, because once again, when I was 6, he was 16, and now he's kind of like moving on with his life, and I was like 6, and I'm like still so into it. Some of my earliest memories are like, first, there's a couple of weird ones. I feel like I'm too old now. I'm so far away from that age, but like I have a really weird memory of seeing Razor versus Shawn Michaels in a ladder match, but I couldn't tell you if it was the WrestleMania one or the SummerSlam one. I just remember peeking into our like playroom with my brothers, his friends, and they were watching something in that ladder match. I, for some reason, have a really vivid memory of Yokozuna breaking the ropes on Stone Cold on the King of the Ring pre-show in '96. Something about that just stuck with me. And then just like, if some of my favorite wrestlers are the wrestlers that were like out of this world crazy. Like I'll always be a Macho Man fan because I would watch the tapes. He was in the NWO when I was a kid in WCW and stuff. I saw him like really late, and like I would say I started my wrestling like memory wise like 95, 96 is what I like actually remember what I was watching live. So Savage and like the Undertaker, Purple Glove Undertaker feuding with Mankind, like I remember that so vividly. The Canadian in me loved Bret Hart. He was like a hero over here. So like I have a million Bret Hart stories I could tell you, but I think the earliest memories is like that mid 90s. It was new generation transitioning into the Attitude Era. Austin was coming up attacking Bret, the Pillman with the gun, the Undertaker Mankind flipped the channel of the NWO. There's Nash and Hall breaking someone's car on Saturday nights. Just WCW Saturday night. Like I just and Sting coming from the rafters. Like I had a birthday party at a McDonald's when I was a kid because that was the thing people used to do back then. You could have like a birthday party at a McDonald's, the playpen and everything, and like everyone was painting their face like Sting. Like it was just that is my childhood of wrestling.
Awesome. That's so dope. So I gotta ask you this: besides loving the sport of wrestling, did you ever want to be, besides being into creative media and the historical side of the industry, did you ever want to like get involved in maybe being a wrestler or referee or manager?
I think if you're a wrestling fan, at some point we all wanted to be a wrestler at some point, especially if you became a wrestling fan as a kid. Like I think that's always like, you play with your friends in your cul-de-sac or your cousins and your family, and you guys are wrestling on trampolines and putting matches, which I always think is so funny. I just had this conversation with a wrestler on the phone the other day. I was talking to her and I was like, dude, I'm like, it's crazy because when we're kids and we would play wrestling, I'd be like, okay, now your turn. Now you come at me and I'll come back. Or hit me with the garbage can. And it's like, dude, we were wrestling before we knew this is what they do. Like we were like whispering to each other what to do next and stuff, right? Like, all right, I'll put you in the short, don't tap out. Yeah, we'll do one more little like we were wrestling We were wrestlers. We didn't know it. We thought that was real. What we were doing was scripted. But yeah, of course I want to be a wrestler. And then obviously that, you know, when I started this too, like the idea of becoming a manager and getting more involved in doing stuff like that was always an idea in my brain too. Like I don't even think that idea has ever fully left my brain. I mean, I still will go to indie shows and I'll do commentary on them and stuff because I you know, I feel like give it a shot. So if the opportunity ever came up, be like, oh, I have some experience, right? I think you know, back in the day, I'll even just throw it out there. I remember back in like 2015, 16, like when I used to talk to Max, MJF, he'd be like, Justin, just go, like, learn, go be a manager, just try it out. Like, what are you so worried about? I'm like, I don't know, like if I can do that. But I think it's so crazy for me. Like, I'll try to make a long story short because I know I can get long-winded. But
same here.
I think I always wanted to do something with wrestling. So even when I steered away from it, and I think the reason the wrestler dream went away was like, oh, I'm not that athletic, I'm not that coordinated. I broke a lot of bones growing up. My bone popped out of my wrist trying to do a missile drop kick one time off my couch. So I'm like, I think the idea of being a wrestler kind of faded away. But I'm like, I want to do something with wrestling. So anytime I took like courses in school and I took marketing, or I took creative writing, I'm like, how would I like be like, maybe I'll work in finance for WWE or something. Like, I don't know. Like it was always like I was gonna find my way to wrestling, and it just, I don't know how I got here sometimes because it wasn't really a plan of how the Wrestling Classic is even the Wrestling Classic, but we're here, we're doing stuff with wrestling and it's cool. So
definitely cool. I said I would do a referee if I wasn't doing media. I said I'll be a referee. For sure. I
thought about manager recently. I'm like, I could probably do commentary. I don't know if I'd ref. I did like, I remember I went interviewed El Phantasmo, Nicole Matthews, and Artemis Spencer here in Vancouver, and I went to where they train, and they actually had a class, and they made me ref because they were doing like the drill of like, okay, let's guys do this, then you go down for the cover, Justin, you jump down, count 1, 2, then they're gonna kick out, and like over and over and over again. And I'm like, I'm not built for this. Like to be a ref, like you need cardio like crazy. It is not as easy as you think it is.
Right, the stamina. I was
like, because I was blowing up, just dropping down, going 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
No, I just when I watch like Jessica Carr and I watch Rev Bay and the rest of them, I'm like, you got to be in shape. But Charles Robinson, I got to give it up to him because he's still in the game and still reffing. And in shape, like I'm like, man, he been here since the Attitude Era.
And like, I know like a lot of people do know, but there's obviously going to be a fan base that doesn't know like how important a referee really is to the whole scheme of things in terms of the timing, the what's going on. They kind of remember the things they're supposed to do in case you forget. Like there's a lot that now, you know, they got the earpieces, so they're being told stuff. Like it's like a ref is a very important part of a match, like more so than just, you know, the rules and 1, 2, 3 and whatnot. Like what a ref does, it's like I don't know if my ADD could handle all that. Like
they don't get enough flowers. Let's just say that.
I might get distracted in the middle of the match myself. I don't know if I could do all that.
No,
I gotta like watch a movie, play a game on my phone at the same time. I don't.
Ain't no way, because like the amount of attention span you have to have with being a ref. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I'm like fidgeting with a water bottle. Why we do this? I can't sit still. It's a problem.
Me neither. No, but that's super dope. So the name The Wrestling Classic, which pays homage to a very specific nostalgia era of wrestling. When you were brainstorming the brand, what made that specific title feel like that's the perfect fit for you and what you wanted to build from?
It's crazy because I told this story a couple times over this past week in LA because people are like, "Oh, how did you start the page in this?" And I'm like, it's I never really thought about it. There was no brainstorming. You got to remember, this is 2014. I was still working at the bank. I did not have any like intention for. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I want to do something with wrestling, and here we are. Because it was weird. Like, I had no intention for it to be like, you know, now you probably talk to a lot of content creators and they're like, oh, maybe I was reacting to like movies and some people were doing video games, Twitch streams. I found wrestling, or like, I saw other people doing this, so I want to do it. Like, there was none of that. Like, I am 34 years old. Like, when I was graduating high school, the idea of going out there being like, I want to be a content creator, I want to be a YouTuber, like, it wasn't common as it is today. It's not like it wasn't like, I'm going to be a Twitch streamer. Like, it wasn't like people were doing it back then, but it wasn't like a common thing. So like, my brain was like, I got to go to school, get a degree, and find a way to get to the WWE that way. But it's like, or like do something the wrestling that way instead of like building something. I'm like, So like there was no plan. My ex-girlfriend didn't want me to have Instagram. Whole different story. Deactivated my personal account. I kept saving all these cool wrestling pictures, right? Like, and I just kept saving them on my phone. And I've been doing that since like I had a BlackBerry. I was doing that on my computer where like I'd see a cool wrestling picture and I just saved like I have like old Facebook albums from like 2011 of just like random wrestling pictures that are private because I would just save them because I liked wrestling my entire life. I'm like, oh, this is a cool pic. Or that's a sweet Macho Man pic. This is a cool Bret Hart pic. That's a sick CM Punk pic. Like, and I would just keep them. And then I was like, well, I deactivated my personal page. Why don't I just build a page and just share wrestling pictures? And I think that'd be cool because I'm also the generation that would go on forums and argue with people and troll people. Like, you know what I mean? I'd be on like the dirt sheet website forum or Dear God Wrestling forum and I had this conversation with Ricky Saints. So I was like, yo, I used to do these like MSN e-feds where like you create a character and you cut promos. He's like, me too, man. I'm like, I wonder if we ever like promote each other. Like those MSN group e-feds, like I'd be a character, he'd be a character, and then like somebody would book us in matches and the results would come out, but then you'd be like fighting with each other on the forum. Like I'm that generation. So I'm like, I kind of do miss that interaction with wrestling fans of just shooting the shit, debating and whatnot. So I made a page to post these cool pictures and have conversations. I blocked all my friends and family. I was watching the Wrestling Classic pay-per-view from 1985 as I actively was kind of making the page. And I was like, oh, that's a sick name. Like, it was...
No, that's dope.
And that was that. That's how we got there. And I know a lot of people like, because initially it was like just classic pictures. That was my thing, was to pull in the nostalgia. So like Wrestling Classic makes sense. Classic wrestling flipped around, watching the pay-per-view, I'm like, that's sweet. It became so much more because then I also realized I'm like, oh, I can get the classic wrestling fans to know what's happening today. And I can get the today fans to know what we grew up on. It kind of was at the perfect timing of the network coming out because I started my page in 2014. The network came out in 2014.
Yeah.
So I was able to gear people to go on the network and maybe go watch the old stuff, or you know, the people will go and get on the network for just the old stuff, maybe watch the new stuff, and like build that kind of synergy around that. And you got to remember, in 2014, there was no videos on Instagram, there was no stories, there's no reels, it was just pictures. And through just pictures, I was able to get people to communicate and build this community and get people to follow. And the amount of times that people have come up to me and like some pretty important big people in the world too, being like, hey man, like you built something out of nothing and now it's like this thing. Like how cool is that? Like you gave us a community. Like there was a place where we could all just come and just enjoy wrestling and like talk shit, you know? And I'm like, you're welcome, I guess. Because like I'm like, it'd be cool like if 10 years down the road someone remembers my page the way I remember those forums or those e-feds. I'm like, man, that was so much fun going on to doing that stuff. Like I hope those like people that are like, man, I love the Wrestling Classics, going to watching the videos he used to post or watching his interview clips or watching the picture. Like he always found the craziest pictures and I'll be like, that's cool, you know?
No, I feel it. It's funny because me and you we're the same age. And
okay, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so I'm 91 and
I'm 91.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So 2014, I graduated college in 2013. The first social media platform was Instagram. There was nothing but pictures. And we really didn't have a lot of platforms and a lot of streaming that is going on right now to be able to do the reaction. So it's funny how like times from then, 2014 till now, wow, that's a lot of creating.
Yeah, and then the whole like as I mentioned as we were talking at the beginning,
yeah,
the acceptance of creators now compared to then. Because I remember trying to do stuff pre-pandemic. And the people that worked at these larger companies would be like, what do you mean he's popular on Instagram? How does that help us? You know, and post-pandemic now, it's like, oh, they're a streamer. Sweet. Oh, he has a following Instagram. Sweet. Oh, he's a YouTuber. We know about Logan Paul now. He works for us. I think that's a good thing. Like, yeah. Prior to the pandemic, it was like, you're not news. You're not radio. You're not Good Morning America or ESPN. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, because I came from radio. I came from radio, and I see a lot of that. A lot of like companies at one point, but before streaming, before content creation became a thing, they only wanted to speak with somebody that was on the platform from radio or the news station.
Yeah, or the news station. That's what they wanted, and which I completely understand the methodology behind. Next, you're in a local market, hit their radio, hit their news station, do that. But we got a global market out here that we're reaching. Like, you know what I mean?
True.
And you know, we got the whole world in the palm of our hands from all around the world. And it's like, I think there's a few things to it. Like, honestly, I'll give credit where credit's due. I do think AEW becoming a thing was a big game changer because I feel like they opened doors for content creators and people first for the other companies to be like, oh, okay.
They really are doing a big one.
Yeah, like, maybe we should connect with these guys. Maybe it is gonna help us out a little bit and reach a different.
I was smiling over here because they really are doing a big one for the creators, and of course the program is starting to get a lot better considering when they first released it back in 2019. So I gotta give them that. My next question for you is, like, you had the chance to meet and interview so many legends and current stars. For you personally, who was the one guest or encounter where you genuinely had to take a second and not become starstruck?
We talked about Austin. That's obviously one of them.
Yeah.
You'll get this because once again, we're the same age. I think for the most part, anyone that is a current star or coming up, or like, I will say maybe post 2012 made their debut or something. So like if you're a Seth or a Roman or a Rhea Ripley, or because it's a weird thing now where it's like, okay, some of these people are younger than me. Like Rhea's younger than me. You know what I mean? Like Liv's younger than me. Like as much as they're dope and big stars, like I am your elder. So like there's a little bit less of that starstruckness. And then like when it came to guys like a Seth or like a Sheamus or like whatever, I'm like, like I'd be down to have a beer with these guys. Like we're just all around the same age. So it's hard for me to get starstruck by that. So it is usually when I'm interviewing the people I grew up watching. That's when it's like, okay, I got to take a second here and be like, oh, am I actually doing this? And like, some of them didn't even end up, like, I'm not going to say names, but some might have not have been the best interviews because I was trying to like not piss them off or like trying to live in the moment. But like selfishly, I got to do it, so it was cool for me. But like, it's so like, like Austin, Bret Hart, even Eric Bischoff. I was like, nervous. Like I was the first one. I was like, I'm nervous. Sting, like I never thought I would. Like Sting doesn't like to do interviews a lot, right? He's not a big media interview person, right? So like the opportunity to like, get Sting on was like super cool. So I will say, like, anytime I'm up there interviewing someone I grew up watching, someone from the 80s, the 90s, or even like the 2000 era, like I would still get nervous to interview John Cena or Randy Orton or like Brock Lesnar. Don't be wrong, I would probably have a beer with any of those guys too. But they were still like, I was a teenager when I started watching them. I was still enamored. Once I passed like the age of 20 something, I'm like, well, now we're the same age. I'm old, you're old, it's all cool. But like,
that's true.
That's it. That's how my brain works. It's just whoever I kind of like grew up watching as a kid or a teenager, it's a little bit of a oh crap compared to like, and like because of the page, I built a lot of relationships with the current wrestlers.
I see
that it's more of a just like we're happy to see each other. Like they appreciate me and how much I support. I appreciate them and how much they support. And it's just like it's more of a mutual respect thing more so than oh my god, you're Charlotte Flair. It's like, yo, what up, Charlotte?
Why you had to name my girl that? I don't know. I'm gonna go crazy over Charlotte. Okay, now why you?
No, that's what she's like. She's followed me since 2015. She supported me since 2015. So like her and Natty, like those girls that followed me for that long. So it's like when we see each other, like. You think about it, like, holy crap, it's 2026 now. Like if you don't know me, we've known of each other for a long time. We've had random ass conversations. It's like a mutual respect,
I love that. So it's funny you brought up Bret Hart, which is one of my goats. You actually got the chance to meet the Hitman. Can you take me through the experience and what it meant to look at your ultimate childhood hero and establish like the media personality with him? Like, how was that interaction?
So I'm gonna tell you a quick story. I went to go meet Bret Hart with my siblings and like my mom, or maybe my dad was there too. I'm not 100%, but I know we went when I was 6 years old. And when you're 6, you get nervous and shy. I didn't. Maybe not everyone, but I didn't do anything. So my brother met him, my sister met him, and like I had an empty, non-signed 8x10 from Bret Hart because I just cried. I was too nervous. I never met him. Okay, so 6. Flash forward, 26 years old. One of the wrestlers told me to come out to New Orleans for WrestleMania, even though I got rejected for media because that was during the period where they're like, why do you guys want him here? And I mean, like the wrestlers were pulling for me, like, no, Justin, we want Justin there. Fresh faces, different questions. He has a platform. And they're like, we don't get it. Instagram, I don't understand. But so he's like, so they're like, okay, so he's like, just still come out and I'll try to get you to get into media with me. Like, I'll get introduce you to these people in person. I feel like if they meet you in person, they'll have a different perspective because whatnot. And so I went to New Orleans. I hit up my buddies. I'm like, hey, it's last minute. Hotels are skyrocket prices. I'll sleep on the floor with a pillow or whatever. I just got to be there. I'm like, let me pitch in for the hotel. They're like, just make sure there's beer in the room and the whole time. I'm like, easy. Alcohol's cheap in America compared to Canada. not a problem. And then,
For
and then
real?
long story short, we got pushed back on the media thing, so I never got to go because he's like, I'm getting pushed back to doing it in different spots and be hard to get you in here. So I ended up going to WrestleCon, and because I was like, whatever, now I got time. So I went to WrestleCon, and I just happened to wear this Bret Hart Stone Cold WrestleMania 13 jacket, one of my favorite matches of all time, if not my favorite. And I stand in the Bret Hart line because I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna meet Bret then because I'm here. Flair almost died the year before in 2017. I went and met Flair. I'm like, I'm gonna go meet Bret. I'm like, I don't know, like, and at this time, what fortunately happened was Bret's family started befriending me. Like Blade found my page back in 2014. Dallas came to Vancouver and I took him out. I talked to the daughters. Like I became like incorporated in the family. Like they all became fans of the page, and we all started talking. So like even to this point, like I've been to Bret's house. I've gone to Calgary. All that, but like before, that's after this interaction in New Orleans. So I go stand there, and I'm standing in line. Bret kept like leaving and coming back because going in the washroom, this and that. I was like, hey man, I'm like, I said something to him. I don't remember now, but it was something like funny. And I was wearing a Wrestling Classic jacket, a shirt, t-shirt under the jacket. And he's like, why are you even standing in line? And he pulled me out of the line and he took me to the front. And then he's like, oh, thank you for taking Dallas out when he came to Vancouver. I really appreciate it. And then he signed the jacket. He's only supposed to sign his thing because like the moment he signed his name, they tried pulling the word. And he's like, no. And he wrote best match ever. And like, I'm just like, what a full circle moment from trying to meet him when I was 6 years old and not having an empty signed 8x10 that never got signed in my little scrapbook to being 26. He's pulling me out of the line, knows me by name, is talking, you know what I'm trying to say? Like just a crazy experience. And since then we've met a bunch of times. I bother them sometimes and get like shout outs from my friends when they're getting married and shit. I'm like, Bret, can you think I get Bret a shout out for like my buddy? They just got engaged, or like my sister just got married and her husband really is a fan of me. Can I get a shout out? And he always does it. Like he's super cool. I've been out to Calgary a ton. Natty called me an honorary Hart, so I'm just gonna take it because she's like, you know everybody and everybody loves you. I'm like, thanks. Yeah, she's like, it's my girl. She's like, you know my whole family, so I guess you're just basically an honorary Hart. I'm like, I am.
I actually got the opportunity to meet Natty at her book signing, and might I say, I say this on every interview or any collaboration I do. That was my favorite person I've met out of the whole roster of the superstars.
She's amazing.
She is amazing, seriously. And I love the book. I got a chance to read the book, and it was a lot of realness and authenticness. And of course, she mentioned Bret a lot in the book, and I got to say, when she mentioned him a lot, it just shows how much of a good man he was. And how he, paved the way for her career too. So I really love Natty a lot. I really enjoy her.
She's amazing. She's one of those people. And I'll give her flowers here for this. And I said in my caption, like, there are times where I get like imposter syndrome, and I'm like, what am I doing here? How did I get into this room? Or like, I will get in my own head and be like, what do these people really think about me? Like, do they think I'm like the annoying guy trying to get interviews? Or like, you know what I mean? Like that guy from Instagram. But anytime Natty walks in the room and I'm in that room, I'm like, okay, we're good. Like she brings comfort to my brain because I'm like, I know we F with each other. And it's like seeing an old friend, and it's just a great feeling, Like yeah.
She makes you feel so comfortable. And when I was at the book signing, it was really packed that day. And she took her time to talk to me. I was trying to like hurry up to make sure all the other fans got to see her, but she literally was like having the conversation with me. And after I had left her book signing, I had posted it and I had sent like a long message. Not only did she follow me back, I get hyped for little stuff like that. Not only did she
I do too.
Not only did she follow me back, she also just wrote me in the DM, was like, thank you so much for coming out. I really enjoyed meeting you. You looked really beautiful. Like that meant so much to me. Like I will forever cherish that moment with Natty. And I bring it up all the time.
And she's a very like, sometimes people will have feel a certain way about you or appreciate you and they'll never really say it. Like she'll always like, she's good at like giving you that reassurance and like being like, hey, like, like I shared something with her yesterday and like she just randomly DM'd me. I was like, yo, I just want to say thank you for always sharing this stuff. Like I really do appreciate it. And I'm like, you know what, man, like you didn't have to DM me and say that, but because you did, like it makes me feel good too, like that you're appreciative of it,
Absolutely. Yeah. She's amazing. So as someone who deeply respects the history of the business, but I just want to know, what do you think is the biggest element missing from the modern wrestling characters that the classic eras mastered? What do you think is missing currently on?
I can go a whole hour. I can go a whole hour on this.
Lay it down, because I want to know your thoughts.
I will just say this, obviously, like, and I don't think wrestling is amazing right now, and like there are great characters and there are great personalities in wrestling right now. You know, MJF does a great, Becky Lynch does a great, a lot of people do it great. Obviously, a lot of things are out of wrestlers' hands. This is something you learn when you kind of get in a little bit. You're like, I can sit there and talk shit, but I realize you don't get to make the decisions and how much TV time you get. And maybe you want to try things, but you can't. But I think we are in an era now where like the wrestling is amazing. Like the wrestling is so good. Everyone is uber athletic compared to the wrestling that we even grew up on. Like the wrestling is super, everyone's athletic. Everyone knows how to put on bangers. You know, when AJ Styles and Amazing Red and like those guys are doing flips and crazy things, it was like, holy crap. Now everybody kind of does them. That it's not holy crap, but like kids are like going to wrestling school and learning how to do that first. That it's more common than it was back then. So my biggest issue with wrestling today is I do think, and it speaks to the people on the indies as well, because I don't see it a lot on the indies. And the wrestlers, you can see that like I kind of really encouraged and pushed throughout the years that I have I consider friends and people that like help me and I help them, like an MGF, like a Blake Monroe, right? Those are my people. Like I've known Blake before she ever even started going to training. We were tight. I've known Max the story he told is true. He drove home and told his dad he wanted to be a wrestler because he was scrolling on my Instagram page. That's a real story. So like that's why like I look at those two and I'm like, what is the one thing that I really liked about them is they both also understood the importance of being able to talk and build a character and have a presentation. I think a lot of wrestlers want to be wrestlers today, and that's amazing. And I think a lot of wrestlers want to have really good matches and pop the crowd. That's amazing. But we're spoiled by that in 2026. We're spoiled by it. There might be a banger tonight on Raw, a couple of bangers on Dynamite, a banger on SmackDown, and we're just going to forget about it because there's bangers all the time. I feel like what is missing is that people don't realize that what is going to actually make you stand out now that the wrestling is good across the board. The wrestling's not going to make you stand out anymore. It really isn't. Like you'll have fans, you'll have people that support you. They'll enjoy your matches. But to stand out, you got to be able to talk. You got to build some sort of presence. You have to make us care to see you on TV. I shouldn't be like, oh, I know the match is going to be good. I know that they're going to have a banger, but I can watch it later. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
what makes that with PLE? Yeah, I'm starting.
I can just watch it later.
That part. I might have to clip that part because I'm starting to feel like that when it comes to PLEs. I'm like, I'll watch it later because
I'll watch it later because it's like I know it's gonna be good. I know what I'm expecting. They're gonna give me a great match, but I'm not invested enough in your character or your story to really want to watch the match because that's a part that's missing. And that's it. Like if you look at wrestling, and I know like you look at wrestling just overall, like if you give a crap about the story and the characters going into it, you're more intrigued and you'll remember the match for a longer. I promise you, there was probably a banger on Dynamite like 6 weeks ago that everybody was talking about that we don't remember.
Yeah.
There was probably a banger at like on a Monday Night Raw, like a crazy triple Javon Evans match that was so sick. We talked about all week that we forgot about now because we're spoiled by good wrestling. But if it's tied to a storyline like Darby beating MJF or like, you know, CM Punk and Roman Reigns, the promos building up to it was so great that like you were invested.
Yes.
That's different, you know? And that's what's missing. Not like it's not fully missing. Like clearly it's still there. I gave 2 examples, but I just hope the wrestlers like listen, obviously get your foundation down, get your reps in, be a good wrestler, have good matches, but like focus, like practice promos, talk in the mirror, come up with stuff when you're in the car driving, when you're sitting in the plane. Think of lines you can use in promos. If I got in a feud with this person, how would I react to that? Who am I? What is my character? How would my character be in this situation? There seems to be a lot of wrestlers that don't know who they are, or like they create a character and then you just feel like they're playing the character and they still don't know who they're. Like you have to be that character. You have to be that person. So much so that like when we are scrolling on social media, we don't know if you're in character or not. You know what I mean? right? You know what I'm trying to say?
That is true. No, I get what you're saying. I want to use an example, like as far as like who has great character, because I don't know if you saw that I had shared what you had posted with Danhausen with the New York Knicks. That's a prime example of good character. Leo Rush. And then
what he's doing now, amazing.
Yes, like even he's doing that in his media. Like he do not get out of character.
And guess what? We know he's a great wrestler, but now he feels more important to watch because he's not one of the 100 great wrestlers in AEW. You know what I mean?
No. The 100 wrestlers in AEW. No, that's true. But I also got to give Dominic Mysterio too, as far as like always staying in like kayfabe. I don't know to consider that more of a character, but like just him staying in his kayfabe character. I got to give him credit for that.
But even if they break it, he jokes around about chicken tenders. Or if Danhausen does, pin the post of him and his wife with his face paint, he's in character enough for me to believe that. Oh, like I get it, he's still a regular person, but like this is who he is. You know what I'm trying to like? Becky's on vacation right now, lost her title to Soruka, and all she's been posting is going to sites being like, I can't even enjoy this. My trip is ruined. And it's like, that's funny. Like she's in character on social media the entire time.
Such a troll. I love it.
Even though she's probably having a blast seeing these things with her family, with her kid, like they're doing it. But she's like, well, my trip is ruined. I can't even enjoy the Mona Lisa. Like, you know what I mean? Just funny. Run with it. Like that's what makes me more excited to see her come. Like, what is she gonna do now? Her trip has been ruined this whole time. Where's Becky?
Right.
Like, get us invested, like Blake I'll use again because I was biased to Blake, but like in her situation, okay, she's making her debut. Let me tell you this, like I know her, we're cool, but for people that don't really know her, like she is who she is on the internet to them. She is the glamour. She went on Tiffany's Twitch stream and put her face in cake. Like she is always like, what would Blake Monroe do? Not what would Mariah May from England do that I knew at the beginning. Like what would Blake Monroe do in this situation? And that's why like people are gonna follow her and be excited to see her on TV. That's why they can do vignettes of her coming soon for fucking 8 weeks, and people are like, "When is she coming?" Like they care.
It has been a long time. I'm like, okay, when is she debuting? I'm like, come on, but no, that makes sense.
So that's what I think is missing. Yeah, I just think they need to. They'll just need like once again, like we named a bunch of people: Leo Rush, Blake Monroe, Danhausen. There are still a lot of great characters. I'm not saying that they don't exist. I just hope that other younger wrestlers hopefully realize like that is a big like if you think you suck at talking, if you think you don't have a character down, there is no place better than the independents to figure it out. Go botch some promos, mess up a few times, try different characters, figure it out because this is where you get to do it. Yeah. I don't feel like wrestlers do it enough. I don't see enough independent wrestling promos from people and characters anymore. We grew up seeing that. I knew who John Moxley was before he was Dean Ambrose because random promos would show up on my YouTube.
That's true.
Like this crazy guy in CZW in front of a fence. I didn't know who he was, but when he came as Dean Ambrose, I'm like, hey, I've seen this guy before.
Right, it's crazy. So I love him. I love Moxley. Yeah. So I want to talk more about the Wrestling Classic. What is a major goal that you haven't checked off the bucket list just yet?
That's a great question.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like in the past few years, I've been very fortunate to do a lot of things I was trying to do for a lot of years. So sometimes I fall into a situation of like, okay, what is it? Because I wanted media. Okay, I got media from WWE. I've done the WrestleMania media. I've done the on location thing. Hey, our YouTube just crossed 100K subscribers. Didn't even think that was ever going to happen. So like I've been hitting a lot of these little pinpoints, and it's been great. Small goals. I would love to go to Europe for a WWE show. I have still yet to go to a WWE show in Madison Square Garden, which pisses me off. But I need to do that. That is something I have to do at some point. Just as a fan, even before the Wrestling Classic, like since I was a kid, I'm like, that was the Mecca. That's where I want to go watch a show, and I haven't, for some reason, been able to make it out there when that is happening. I've been to a Ring of Honor show in the Garden. I've been to the Garden. Crazy. I've been to the Garden. I've seen a concert at the Garden. I just never have seen the WWE in the Garden, so that's something for sure. I like. There's plenty. There's a lot of dream interviews that I still like. That was
my follow-up question.
No. I'm sorry, but I want to sit with Punk. I want to sit with Mercedes. I got to go live with Mercedes once, but like I want to have a proper interview with Mercedes. She's like my favorite women's wrestler of all time. CM Punk, I'd love to talk to Randy Orton. I'd be nervous as hell. Punk, I'm a little bit less nervous about because we have interacted and talked in the past, and we're cool. But Orton, I met, and he knows who I am, and he, I drunk texted him Merry Christmas, and he said thanks, Justin. So I think we're cool. But those are some big ones I would love to get one day. I think it's just, and I think it's something I'll battle forever, no matter. Like, I am grateful for what I've already done and what I've already accomplished and like how I've positioned myself in the space and reputation, but I want to just be more accepted and be more involved and be able to do more things. I think that's kind of what I would say the goal is, to be like, have the respect from the industry with like, no, we want Justin here to cover this. We want Justin here to be here. Like, Justin said, like, that's cool. Get him in here. Like, let him do some stuff. Let him do some interviews. Like, just have that like respect, I think, from the industry, to know that like all I really want to do and all I've ever really want to do since day one of the Wrestling Classic is like bring wrestling fans together and make them watch. I don't go on my page and start saying this sucks or that sucks or this Dynamite sucked. You guys stop watching AEW. This wrestler sucks. Or this guy's, this wrestler, she's not even ready yet to be on the main roster. She's botching all the time. Like, you don't see that on my page, because I just try to spread positivity and try to get people to watch and highlight the good stuff and be like, keep people up to date with what's going on. Like, I don't need to like spend an hour after every Raw, SmackDown, Dynamite putting the results up there and scrolling them in little pictures because I can't post videos anymore because I'm gonna get in trouble. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I do it because I want the wrestling fans to be, even if they can't watch live, they can keep up with it. So like, maybe they'll tune into the pay-per-view, maybe they'll tune in next week after they see the results. Like, I think I presented wrestling in such a positive way that I just hope that I can just continue to grow the acceptance from the industry to do more. Right. Knowing that I'm coming from a good place. It's not just for content. Once again, I didn't start this to be a content creator. I didn't even know what that was when I was 18 years old. So like, right. I didn't know what a streamer was. I didn't know we didn't graduate high school, and like in our yearbooks, can't wait to become the biggest YouTuber. 14. Yeah. I want to be the world's greatest YouTuber. Like, I'm going to be an influencer or something that didn't exist. Like, it wasn't a thing. Like, so like, I feel like I've like where I've come from in this space is really from a genuine place that I just love wrestling. I want people to love wrestling. I want wrestling fans to be able to come over and debate and argue and agree to disagree. Like, don't let's not take this too far. At some point, you guys got to agree to disagree. But go at each other. Share your guys' opinions. Like, I've also I joked around about this for years. I've also come to a place where it's like I no longer even like care about my own opinion. I'm always intrigued to see how other people react, because I'm gonna watch this stuff regardless. I love it regardless, and I want you guys to watch it. Or do I think something's with Dom? Like, yeah, maybe Goldberg shouldn't have beat the Fiend, but like, it is what it is. Like, I've seen enough wrestling to know, like, it just is what it is. Like, I'm not gonna lose sleep over it, and it's just, and I think, sorry, it's long-winded. On the flip side, the one thing that I hope I can continue to do, which I didn't even realize I could do until I did it, is I realized I've become a place, or I've grown to the point where I have the ability to help people, whether that's through exposure, through posting their stuff, like putting their matches out there, like especially with the independent wrestlers, or like when a wrestler gets released from a major company, now they're trying to figure it out, like share their posters for upcoming indie events. I have that ability to do that. And I, maybe I don't see everybody's stuff and everyone's stuff, but I'm like, I always talk about something. If you DM me and like you want me to share something, like, I'm down to, because I realize I have the ability to do that. And like, I've been doing this long enough where I'm like, there is a number of people I could name drop that I helped while they're on the way up that are now in WWE, in AEW, winning world championships. And maybe they won't ever give me my flowers. Maybe they will. But at some point, if they're going to write a book or something, I hope they'd be like, oh yeah, then there's this page, The Wrestling Classic. And I used to hit him up to put like I literally just met Nathan Frazier at WrestleMania, and I walked up to him, and I do this with everybody just because like humbly, like I don't want to just expect everyone knows who I am, so I'll always go up to people like, hey Justin, The Wrestling Classic, right? Like, hey Justin, I'm The Wrestling Classic. Some of them haven't even met me in person. They've only like, and he was like, oh, holy crap, like it's so great to meet you. And I was like, oh, have we talked before? He's like, dude, I used to DM you all the time to share my stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm like, did I share it? He's like, yeah, you did a couple of times. I'm like, oh, I guess it worked. But like, who knew, right? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, I
the impact.
Little impact on people's careers, and he remembered, like the moment he saw me, he got excited. He was like, oh my God, it's you. Like, this is crazy. And it's like, once I realized I had the ability to do that, I just hope I can keep doing that. If all I do is be able to be a little bit of an impact on anybody else's dreams and goals to help them get where they want to get, I'm okay with that. I'm okay being that character that floats in and out of your life that you're like, oh, that weird dude that like helped me out a lot, man. That was nuts. Like, he really put me on. Yeah, like, can you watch a movie and that's not the main characters, but there's that one guy that comes in here and he's just like out fixing stuff. And then like, if you watch Christmas of the Cranks and there's like that old man in the grocery store that they invite to Christmas, and then I was like, who is this guy? But like, he made everything work out and then dipped, and they're like, I'm that old man in Christmas and the Cranks. Like,
oh my God, that was a good one. But no, that's a major impact. Like, you know, a lot of people want the support, especially when it comes to this content creator world for wrestling, because it's so many people that are wanting to be creators now and don't know how to go about it because they feel like they need the numbers to get them where they're at. But I always say to like creators that I speak with that may not have like the 10K or below 10K, I always tell them, like, you know, just continue doing what you're doing and make sure that you have crisp, clean, like, content and meaningful content that you know that you're going to impact other creators.
Enjoy that you're doing it. I always try to remind people, you have to enjoy. Don't do it because you're trying to get clicks, numbers, and wrestlers to follow you with that, or interviews with that. Like, just do it because you enjoy doing it. There's times where I get cut off and I have to like interview people that might not be in the major companies, and I'm okay with that because I enjoy interviewing those people too. I enjoy interviewing everybody. I also like. I think now it's harder sometimes for a lot of the creators because there's a lot more creators and they see other people get opportunities and they're trying to figure out how to do it themselves. Where like I was out here in the Wild Wild West when none of us were getting opportunities, getting rejected 7 years in a row and losing my page and having to start from zero again and getting it to 40K and then getting my page back and then they deleted that one. Like, I've been through the ring. I've been hacked. I've like, you know, I couldn't even grow my YouTube. So I was at 5,000 subscribers for like 6 years. Like, and only the last 2 years we finally started growing because of like shorts and all that. Like, you have to just keep doing the thing and like. And that was the thing. Like, me and Blake used to say each other all the time. Like, I have videos of her. Like, you know, I always tell her, just keep doing the thing. F it. This didn't go your way. Whatever. We'll try again tomorrow. Just keep doing the thing. As long as you enjoy and you want, you got to keep doing it. And there's gonna be highs and lows. But like, I also like. This sounds arrogant, but I feel like everyone should feel this way about themselves. Because I didn't for a lot of years. I was super insecure, imposter syndrome. Didn't know where my space was. Like, I had to have. Other people in the entertainment industry and stuff come to me and be like, Justin, like, no, you're him. Like, own your shit. Stop being so humble.
Definitely.
Like, you got to stop being so nice to everybody if they're not, this and that. And it's like, I had to like kind of listen to it sink in because it's like, I would say it all the time, but I wasn't practicing it. But like, I do believe, like, if you don't believe in your own shit, why would anybody else?
Yeah.
Like, you got to believe in it. And I think it's not an arrogant thing to like, have a little bit of that ego of like, okay, well, I like don't ever think you deserve anything, but it's okay to think like I should at least be able to get the opportunity. Like give me an opportunity. Let me run with it and prove it to you. Like, like.
No, I agree. That is really, and that's the great advice I feel like for upcoming young content creators that really want to be on the level that you're on, to be able to be in that space. Because like you say, you got to have fun with it. It got to be something that you're passionate about. It can't be for the clicks and views and, the viral moments, because it's more to content creating when it comes to wrestling than just having that viral moment.
Yeah, and trying to be viral is cool, but the longevity in that is short. If you create something that is meaningful and that you can continue to connect with people over time, I think that's a little different. Like, yes, some of your stuff will continue to go viral, some of it won't, but like if you're just out there trying to get the viral clips, like I don't know if there's longevity to that. Look at all the people that try to be viral. They all have to pivot and do other things. They became streamers, they became started companies and businesses because the viralness only lasts like, and that is I guess another big piece of advice is like learn to pivot. I had to pivot. I was a pirate that used to post videos that I steal off the network. I was just posting pictures at the beginning. Okay, then pandemic hit, lost my page, started doing interviews. I became an interviewer, which is crazy to me now. Like, I'll meet some other creators like, oh, look, I know you from TikTok. I know you from YouTube. Oh, I know you because of your interviews. I'm like, oh, I'm not just the guy from Instagram no more. That's crazy. Like, I thought that was your for you. The guy from
nickname
Instagram.
for years.
Even for people in the industry, like I'd go to like people in the WWE and like, oh, hey, you're that guy from Instagram. I'm like, yeah, I'm that guy. Like,
no, I feel it.
So like, you know, like I broke out of that show, but it's because I kept pivoting and I tried different things. I started a podcast, started a show, and my biggest struggle was always putting myself out there more on like my face and doing more face content to the camera. Once again, I'm not the generation of, hey guys, welcome to my vlog. Like it's weird for me, but like I'll do it if I have to. I'm pivoting and growing and trying different things, and I think a lot of the creators are good at that right now. I think a lot of them are good at pivoting and trying different content. Like, you know, some of the streamers dipping their toe in interviewing, some of the interviewers dipping their toe in streaming and trying different stuff. Starting different shows, spin-offs from their streaming into like, I think a lot of them are doing that, and it's super cool. I think what else is also cool is a lot of the collaborating we see happening these days, where the content creators are getting together and doing stuff together. It's less like of a competitive situation. Like, don't get me wrong, there's still some sharks out there, but like I always try to give people opportunities. I always try to, if you talk to some of the content creators, there's a handful of them be like, no, like just let me hop on an interview with them and co-host, like, because I try. I'll share their stuff. I think there's space for all of us. I think we all kind of have our own lane anyways and what we're good at. So I love seeing the collaborations and everyone working together. And like, I still jokingly will be like, I know where I kind of stand because I've been doing it since 2014. Like I'm kind of like the Randy Orton CM Punk in the locker room.
You definitely are. There's nothing wrong with that, but
yeah, honestly, with all the young ones, you know, and they kind of appreciate me. They know what I've done, and like, no, Justin's a man. And, hey, some of them are killing it harder, wrestling harder than I am, but like doing more flips than I could do. But like, I'm still here, and I'm the OG. So like,
no,
like,
I feel
you know,
it.
some of these kids are Javon Evans, and I'm still rocking you with an RKO. Like that's all I got for you. But like.
No, I feel it, but you are correct. I'm happy to see a lot of creators like collaborate. Definitely love to watch Weezy and Minnie collaborate on.
They're great, both
they're great. Shout out to them. But I am happy to see that. I know I had a creator reach out to me and was just like, you know, us creators got to stick together. I totally agree, and I also, you know, tell a lot of creators that I do collaborate with, hey, with everything that's going on with your accounts, like getting shut down because of the whole TKO situation, I said creators got to get creative. You got to get more creative, and collaborating is probably like the best part of what I'm doing as far as like a one-on-one with Sylvia the Siren. I try to do that just to get to know, you know, the creator, not just, you know, for a moment, but like for a memory to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you would have asked me like point blank, like what I think is like the coolest thing I've accomplished with the Wrestling Classic, and I was thinking about the other day, and I actually want to say this somewhere because I never really ever got to say it.
No, you're fine.
Thinking about it, and I'm like, okay, like I think about my life, just generally like pre-Wrestling Classic, just my regular life, like, and I think about like the Wrestling Classic and the stuff I did, and like social media, and just how like we're connected to so many people from around the world. Like, where are you right now? Like, what state?
Charlotte, North Carolina.
You're in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Like, we should not even know each other. There's no reason for us to talk. Like, in a world pre-social media, this might have never happened. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, and what I think is the coolest thing I've got to accomplish, and like my greatest, before I'd be like, oh, it's my networking. Like, I know how to build a network. I have a really cool network, like inside and outside of wrestling. I started posting models back in the day and ended up in LA going to parties, invited with people that are like in movies and entertainment. Like I just, like, my network is insane. Like LeBron James in The Weeknd used to follow me. I'm tight with The Weeknd's manager. Like, my network is insane. Like, that's my greatest thing. Then it's like, well, now there's like wrestlers that I knew since they were starting that are on the big companies that have appreciation for me, or they were in NXT. Like, my network's insane. But then I started really thinking about like going through my pictures and my videos and like all this stuff, and like when I go on these trips, who I hang out with and the people I've met and like the other creators and my friends, and I'm like, the coolest thing about the Wrestling Classic, the biggest accomplishment I think of it all, is the people, is the connections I've made with people. Yeah. And the fact that like we can meet people from all around the world and be connected and help each other out. And like, and those brief moments when you're with someone and you're having a heart-to-heart with them about their life, or like they found someone they can, you know, reach out to from like a whole different country, and they're like, it's cool. And like, it's the people. And I think it's like, when it's all said and done, like, yeah, I'll remember the interviews, I'll remember the money I've made, I remember the trips and the WrestleManias I got to go to. But like, when I'm old, I'm like, man, like, I knew the most random bunch of people. And then sometimes you have to put in perspective. All these people were following me and watching what I was posting, whether it's 10,000 to 100,000 to a million. Like, there's all these people, and we were all connected because of this one thing. I haven't paid for a weekend concert the last 3 times he came to Vancouver because he liked wrestling. You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
yes, that's dope.
We didn't connect because of his music, me being a fan, we connected because of wrestling. Like, I have this relationship with the people because there was a kid that was in New Jersey. Not even, my bad. There was a kid that was in Long Island who was like 8 years younger than me or something, 6 years younger than me, that was scrolling on my Instagram page, drove home and told his dad he wanted to be a wrestler. There was a girl in England who was wearing a Seth Rollins shirt. So I DM'd her and told her to model my merchandise. And in our first conversation, she told me she wanted to be a wrestler. Now she's on TV. You know, like, there's just the people.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's insane that I just meet people and like I get to be with them on their journeys, and they're on there with my journey. And like, whether we drift, whether we stay cool, whether we're close, whether I'm in your life for a season, whether we just do our time together and move on, man, the people has been the coolest part of this whole thing.
That is so dope. I really like that. I really like that you put that in perspective. It's like building the relationships. But I know we come into it, and I just want to give you. Yeah, I know. I just want to give you my.
I'm a yapper.
No, I am too. Listen. I'm long-winded. That's why I got this. I'm a long-winded too as well. But I really enjoyed this. You gave a lot of impact towards me. Little do you know. I just want to say thank you so much for coming on one-on-one with Sylvia the Siren. Before I let you go, Justin, I just want to know, where can everybody find you at on social media platforms?
You can find on the Wrestling Classic on Instagram. That's obviously the baby where everything started. Am I still here?
Yeah, she's still here.
I don't know what's happened. My screen just like totally went somewhere else. The Wrestling Classic on Instagram, the Wrestling Classic on YouTube. We just passed 100K subscribers. We have a secondary show called Just Yapping. We don't talk about anything wrestling. You'll find those videos on my page, but go subscribe to that channel too. It's totally separate because I just don't want to mess up the algorithm because it's not wrestling based. But it's a fun show. It's just chaos. My brother-in-law is like a comedian and just has the most out-of-pocket stuff. But so check that out. I think it's the Wrestling Classic on TikTok, or it might just be TWC Worldwide, but I think it's Wrestling Classic. You can follow me there as well. I'm popular on Facebook out of nowhere. All my posts were going from Instagram to Facebook. And then I went there one day and had 82,000 followers. And I'm like, wait a minute. We got to start posting on Facebook. We're now got like 122,000 followers on the Wrestling Classic page on Facebook. So you guys can come and hang out over there. There you'll get a little bit more news on a regular basis. Because I'm always posting news and stuff on there because it's Facebook and I feel like it's just a different audience. And then I am on Twitter, and it's TWC Worldwide. I'm not popular on Twitter. And long story short, I remember when I started this stuff, I thought about Twitter, and I'm like, this place is too negative for me. This place is too negative, and everyone's fighting with each other. I'm gonna go to nice sunny Instagram over here and post pretty pictures. Just like build a brand over here.
Right. No, I get it.
These guys over here, these guys are rowdy over here. Yeah. I love Twitter. I love scrolling on Twitter and like watching everything and seeing everyone's reactions, but I'm not popular over there for a reason. I know like being popular on Twitter is actually like a big deal. Like it actually open up opportunities. I just can't do it. Like you have to say shit to piss people off to bet off on Twitter. I'm not doing
to get them retweets, to get them shares. You gotta say something crazy on. You gotta say
some shit. Yeah, you gotta shake some shit up. So
you gotta do a promo.
I ain't shaking shit up yet.
Nah, this was so fun. Again, Justin, thank you for coming on with me, Sylvia the Siren one-on-one. I appreciate you, man.
Thank you for having me. This is a blast.
Sylvia sound the siren. Get it pumped like Big Papa. Break them off proper. Thugonomics, no doctor. Y'all don't put in work, but you talk enough, and the talk is tough. Who your favorite part? We'll chalk it up. Spit an apple in your face like Carlito, the cannon on. I get to twitching like Braun Breaker, the damage on. I can let the trigger go off and trade your boss, and then you dropping down the card, the price of a loss. You shut it down early, blessing. I'm more Monday Night Raw attrition. I go to 11. My thoughts are sinister. Go run to the minister. You ain't getting the push, better go get your gimmick up. I black out like the Ministry of Darkness. Cartridge hit your cartilage, you jonesing around until a steel chair hit your chest. You should be weird, cause I'm nice with the tables like Carolina X. It's lovely like Laveau, that if you ain't beyond the Bell podcast, you gots to go, yeah. Beyond the Bell podcast, like, comment, subscribe. Stop playing and hit that notification bell. Cheat.